Hey students, welcome to my classroom. Welcome to Wednesday, and we're going to talk about your questions today. Notice that there is no music. That is because it will shut me down quick if I play any music. I discovered that last time, which is kind of sad, but it also isn't the worst thing because apparently the music in the background was a little distracting as well. So the good news is that we will just have the voice and me and your questions, and we will get it all done. I'm actually working on getting an example classroom for us just in case we need to do some things. But welcome. Let's go ahead and get started today. We have about 10 questions and a new thing that you might have noticed. I posted this right here to the Google Classroom. It is called the live stream ATQ answered questions. So anytime I go over a question now, I'm going to kind of document that. So just in case you want a quick recap without having to watch the video, you can see who asked the question, what the question was, and what my answer is. I think that's going to help everybody moving forward. I will just continue to have that posted in the resources part of classwork, or the important links that you'll be able to find when you want to go over what we've already talked about, which I think some people are going to really enjoy, and it'll be helpful for all, especially because some of my questions that I answered yesterday were taken down with the video, and that wasn't good because we didn't get our questions answered. So we will start here with our first question of the day. So the first question, it looks like Rose asked the following: do all of the assignments get turned in separately or just the essay? I'm typing that in. Do all assignments get turned in separately or just the essay? It's a good question, something that we need to know altogether. Here's what Mr. Phillips says about that. All of the assignments, yes, are going to get turned in. You have to click turn in for each assignment on Google Classroom. So let's take a look at the assignments for this week, shall we? Just so we can really clearly see what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are. We're at our week 1 lesson plan. Let's open that up. You'll notice that all of our assignments are here. There are 4 of them, okay? All 4 of these should be turned in. So when I go down to our first one, which is the Mla Check, let's say I'm opening, oh good, 20 of us have turned that in. I'm going to click that open, and if I was a student, right, I would see a little turn in button right here. And so when you go down, it says finish by submitting this to Google Classroom. Then move on. So you want to hit that turn in button every time it says to turn in an assignment. That's the truth for blended quotes. That's the truth for topic sentences. But the turn it in assignment is a little different. It says, instead of turn it into Google Classroom, it says create a Google Doc, but then officially turn that in by logging in to turnitin.com. And then it gives you a breakdown of how to do it there, right? Go to Turnitin, connect an account with your school email and all that stuff, okay? Make sure it's submitted to turnitin.com. So, just to recap, Mla Check assignment, blended quotes assignment, topic sentences assignment are all turned in to Google Classroom. But the turnitin.com assignment is going to be on turnitin.com. Okay, let me see if I have that on grades. When you are done, yeah, it has here. When you are done with your turnitin.com assignment, just click turn in so I know that you did. And I'll give you credit here for turning it in on the right place. But also, I will check turnitin.com, as I'm going to show you again. Turnitin.com. I'm going to log in, and I'll do this so you don't see my login. You guys would love that. You log in with turnitin.com and then you click turn in. So I'm going to show you the window here again. So let's say you're in G3 or G4. Let's go to G4 today. Right? You see the paper. 1 out of 5 has submitted this research essay. Okay, and it's due at 11:59 in March. So I'm gonna view that research essay. I can see who's turned it in. Right? These people have already signed up, but they haven't turned in, and one person has turned in their paper. All right? I can click that file, and I can look at it. We won't look at it right now, but you do want to turn in your paper here to turnitin.com, but the rest of yours to Google Classroom. All right? Thanks for that first question. So let's go back here, and let's answer that. Mr. Phillips says, turn in all assignments to Google Classroom unless otherwise stated on the assignment itself. So what that basically means is you do have to read between the lines here to get where you want it. And I'll even put this in highlighted green because that's what we want. Oh, does this not allow me to do highlights? Oh, no highlights. Too bad. Okay, there you go. Maybe I'll put it in quotes so that you know I said it. And then you can quote me on it later. Mr. Phillips, you said this. I get that all the time. All right, that is our first question of the day. Thank you, Rose, for getting that question started. All right, looks like we have about 6 viewers in here. That's awesome. I like to see that. If you are watching this live and you have another question, please type it in the chat, open it up in YouTube, type it in, and I will answer that question right away. All right, first question of the day is done. This second question comes from I don't like this essay. Okay, I don't like this essay asks, and that's totally fine to feel. You're not going to like all of your assignments, unfortunately. If we all did, we'd all be in school forever. So, I don't like this essay asks, can my source be a .com if it's good? So I'm going to type that in. Can my source be a .com if it is good? Short answer, absolutely, it can be. However, I'm going to always remind you. What do you think I'm going to remind you right now? I'm going to remind you that it has to be two things. It has to be current and it has to be credible. To be current, it has to be within the 10-year span. So between now and 2010, it's current. And then credible, we talked about that last week a lot in class. But basically, they have to be a respected and trusted author in a field. So they still have to be qualifying as not current, but credible is the word there. Okay, it has to be credible source. And what I talked about was, hey, if you're worried that it's not credible, you should look at Google Scholar, because Google Scholar is going to help you there. So to answer that question, I'm going to say, not the same thing. Can my source be a .com if it's good? Yes, it can. Just make sure it is current and credible. When in doubt, use Google Scholar. All right? Thank you for asking that question. All right, let's go on to the next one. I hope you guys like this little format I'm doing now, because that will give you at least a place to look once you've asked your question. And so there is a definite place now for you to find answers to your questions. All right, this next question comes from Anon. And Anon is asking, where can I find the thing that states how many words should be in each paragraph, like the guidelines of it? I'll put that in a question form. I'll copy it. I will paste it. And question mark. Very good. All right. Does anyone know the answer to that question? The answer is, I'm going to show you. On your Google Classroom, you might remember I posted the research paper prompt. And I believe that's what you're asking for. You're asking to see the research paper prompt. And if you go to Google Classroom, which I'm going to go right now, and you go to week 1, you'll notice that there's some material here at the bottom called research paper prompt. And if you look at this and you click it open, guess what shows up? Ta-da! The research paper prompt. So it tells you the task. For this paper, you will use credible and current internet sources to research the topic you have chosen and produce an expository paper that explains the topic by synthesizing the information from your sources. It'll tell you that. It'll tell you your goals. It'll tell you the requirements. Now, the only thing, and I'm sure this is going to come up later, is your slide deck is not due until I give you the assignment. So I'm not going to change this because that would take too long and be a little confusing. But just know that your slides are not due. It's your essay right now that is due. It's like we're at this step right here. Draft 1 due. Okay. Presentation prep and all these other things are next week. But draft 1 due is this week's activity. Okay. So with that being said, where can you find the thing that states you can find the research paper prompt under week 1 class work in the classroom classwork tab. Okay, and you can use the video to help find it, or you can just go back and look for it yourself, basically. But it is right here. It is right there. Boom. All right. That is that. Thanks for asking that question, Anon. I do appreciate it. All right. We are moving right along today. Still have a bunch of responses. All right. Username 711 asks the age-old question. Can you guess what it is? When is our essay due? Your essay is due when? Can you tell me at home? I feel like Dora the Explorer. Friday. Very good. It is due Friday. Oh, I'm going to put myself in quotes. The essay is due Friday at 11:59 p.m. And I'll even put the place to your class section on turnitin.com. Okay? And I already been to turnitin.com, but if you're still wondering where is that, right? I'll go back there one more time. If you go to, here we go, left example window. Here we go. Here's week 1. You've done your MLA check. You've done your blended quotes assignment. You've done your topic sentences assignment. You're on to your Turnitin. You've written your essay. You're ready to turn it in. You open it up, and it tells you the steps right here. Officially turn it in turn it in by logging in turnitin.com. Go there, join your class section, and see the assignment titled Research Essay. Click that and upload your essay to submit it. All right, and it's that simple. I wish it were that simple, but again, what's the best way to get help? Not just anytime questions, but also make an appointment. And I talked about that a lot, but definitely do that if you need the extra help. Okay. So the essay is due Friday at 11:59 p.m. to your class section on turnitin.com, and all of the instructions are there for you. Hey, Jose's in the chat. Hi, Jose. He thought next year. No, not next year. This year. Okay. I know. Why would it be due next year? All right. Jose, if you have any questions, please feel free to join in. All right. This next question is username Hale. Oh, very bold. All right. Hale, what you got for me? Hale asks, oh, this is a long one. Me and a few other kids in your English 9 class are stumped because it says that we have to make the introduction paragraph 300 words long. And in the research paper criteria, it says the paper altogether has to be 1,000 to 1,200 words. I'm currently at 200 words from introduction, and I have nothing more to talk about without just putting all my research topics into the intro because I'm completely out of words. The other kids agree and also are out of ideas on what to put in. So does it have, and that's capitals, does it have to be 300 words, or does the paper just have to add up to 1,000 to 1,200 words? Great question, Hale. I'm going to paraphrase your question here. Does the intro, and I'll put capital letters, have to be 300 words, or can it be less? And my answer to you, I actually met with a student at a conference. I did a little conference with the student with Google Hangouts, and we came up with an answer to this question. And what I said was, can you do less than 300? Technically, yes, you can. If you're like, I don't have anything else to write, I'm just scratching the surface for ideas, or I'm just rambling at this point, definitely don't force yourself to have 300 words in your introduction. Do I think a full big introduction could have 300 words? Absolutely. But I am more concerned, to your point, that the paper has 1,000 to 1,200 words total. All right. So if you want to do like 200 words on your introduction and save that 100 words for your research in the body paragraphs, I would be okay with that as long as you have that 1,000 to 1,200 words total. All right. Same thing for your conclusion. The conclusion talks about the importance of your essay. So, I mean, technically you should have a lot to say, and it could be 300 words pretty easily. But if you're struggling, definitely put that into your body paragraphs. All right. So does it have to be 300 words, or can it be less? Does the intro have to be? I will say not necessarily 300 words. Actually, I got to fix that. Yeah, it does not have to be 300 words necessarily. If you feel ready to move on and put those extra words somewhere else in your essay. Remember, the goal is to have 1,200 words. Boom. Thank you for asking that, Hale. Hopefully, I was able to answer your question about that one. These are some good questions today. I think we're really hitting our stride with our stream. All right. Next question. We have username 711. Again, that's another question. So 711 asked, where do we turn in our essay to? And if you know the answer, tell me now. turnitin.com. Very good. Here's what I'll say for that. Let's do a little tutorial. Let's say that I haven't signed in to turnitin.com yet. Let's say that I'm a student and I'm trying to sign in to turnitin.com. What can I do? All right. Let's go to my example left screen here. All right. So I've clicked on turnitin.com from the work, and I'm trying to log in. If I have not yet created an account for turnitin.com, you're going to have to do that. So go ahead and click create account. Okay. I'm going to pose as a student in my class. All right. So all users must have a user profile to use the service. Please select how you will be using turnitin.com. Unless you're an instructor or a TA, you want to click student. Okay. Now, this is where your class ID information is going to be helpful. Where do you find that? You find that on your turnitin.com assignment. Okay, so I'm going to go to the turnitin.com assignment. I am going to find my class ID. Let's say I am in W3. I'm going to scroll down to W3 class ID, and I can just copy and paste right on from the browser to my class ID. Then I can copy and paste the enrollment key, which is here. And if you'd rather write it out yourself, feel free. I just like to use shortcuts. Your first name is example. Last name is student. Okay, display my name as, you can go last name first, whatever it is. All right. And the email address. Here's, I created a student example email address just to show you what this is. So example.student.phillips@gmail.com. example.student.phillips@gmail.com. Let's see, is it going to show my password? No, it's not. Awesome. Okay. I'm just going to type in a password here since you cannot see it. And then you would have to fill out this secret question. While I'm filling out the secret question, just in case, let's go here. Let's see, secret question will be name of the street you grew up on. So I would write that answer. All right, then I scroll down here to the user agreement. I am not a robot. You want to click that, and you want to click I agree, create profile. But I have some errors. Where are my errors? Oh, I messed up on the example. There we go. Now that fits. I agree, create profile, and boom. Never saved that. Good. Here we go. We're back to the window. It will show you, hey, look, E9 distance learning, W3, instructor, Nicholas Phillips, and I'm active now, okay? What I want to do is, when I'm there, I want to click on this, and look, wow, I have a research essay that is due, okay? It says late paper submissions are not allowed for this assignment. I might have to change that. Resubmissions are not allowed for this assignment. I'll probably change that as well. Student access to similarity reports has been disabled. Yeah, I still have to fix a couple things there. But if I'm done, I'm going to click submit. Okay, I'm going to give it a title, right? Just give it maybe research paper. And I spelled it wrong, which is going to happen, right? Then you're going to cut and paste, or you'll do a single file upload. Don't do the cut and paste, do the single file upload. Okay, so I'm going to do research paper. What can I submit? And then you can choose from your Google Drive. I don't really have one, so I'm not going to actually upload it. But then you click upload, and that's how you do it. Okay, hopefully if you're watching, you were able to follow that step by step. If not, you can pause and go back, or this whole thing will be there for you. I'll say turnitin.com. I'm going to make this a full sentence. I'm going to say submit your finished essay to turnitin.com, create an account, and I guess enroll in the correct class using class ID and code, something like that. You're welcome, Sophie. Nice, both the Gutierrez dudes are in here. I love that. All right, so that is that question. Where do you turn your essays to? And remember, you can always find it online. All right, there you go. 711. That was an important one, but I feel like it was going to have to be helped through step by step anyways. Very nice. Let's go to the next one. We have, oh, another one, 711. Really getting the questions in, but that's perfect. The question is, do we still have to make a slide presentation? And I was holding off on talking about it, but I'll give you a little preview for next week. Next week, we are going to work on the presentation itself. And it's going to look a little different because you're not going to be able to actually present it. So I have options for you if you want to do a slide presentation or maybe make a video or a couple other things. That is what we're going to do with, instead of just the slides, we're going to call it a project and just kind of see what people want to do to teach and explain their topic. So, do you still have to make a slide presentation? I will say technically yes. However, that is next week's assignment, so don't worry about it until then. Now focus on your essay. And I will talk about that next week. So I'm looking forward to answering your questions about that next week. But for now, focus on that essay. That's the most important part as of today. Thank you, 711. All right. Username Charlie Giaquinto asks, so I'm just going to abbreviate that. He asks this question. Let me fix that H. It does not need to be capitalized. I am confused on what exactly we are doing for the essay this week. Totally fine. I will turn that into a question. What are we doing for the essay this week? Question mark. Well, what I want you to do, hopefully you've picked up on it by now, but I want you to finish your essay. It's like a first draft of an essay. Completely finish everything from the introduction to the middle to the end. What those other assignments are supposed to do is give you a couple things. One is supposed to help you get it in MLA format, write your introduction. It's supposed to help you with your topic sentences. It's supposed to help you with your blended quotes. And the rest is up to you, okay, just to finish and get a first draft done. So as long as you've got your first draft submitted, okay, that's what I'm looking for. So what are we doing for the essay this week? I will say, and let's go back to our window here. We are finishing it. Think of this as a first draft. Complete the introduction, body, paragraphs, and conclusion with full MLA work cited page and all in-text citations. Hopefully that is as clear as I can be for what we are doing for the essay this week. All right. Thanks for asking that question, Charlie. And if that still is not doing it for you, you need to fill out the appointment form and get an appointment. I had 2 appointments today, and the students left just feeling so much better and kind of knowing more of what they were supposed to do. So if that's you right now, you need to set up an appointment with me. All right, let's go on to the next question. Anonymous asks, almost the same question, but I can rephrase it. Asks, I'm confused about what is exactly due on Friday regarding our essay. Could you please clarify? Thank you. If it's worth repeating in a question, it's worth repeating in the answer. So what is exactly due on Friday? So I will answer. You have 4 things due. The first 3 are the MLA Check assignment, the blended quotes assignment, and the topic sentences assignment. Last, your completed first draft of your essay is due to turnitin.com. Boom. All right, guys, that is what I'm talking about today. That is some good stuff. Thank you, Anonymous, for asking. And if you need more help and that's not helpful, please let me know. All right, please make an appointment. That's really where a lot of us are going to thrive, is appointments. All right, don't be shy. All right, another Anonymous, not the same Anonymous. Anonymous asks, how do you state your website in the blended quotes? It's a fair question. How do you state your website in the blended quotes? Question mark. Well, Anonymous, there are a few things that you can do. Let me log in as my student example here, and I will open up a Google Doc, and I will kind of type out something to show you how to do it. So when you're thinking of the website, I'm guessing you're talking about in-text citations, because the difference between an in-text citation and a documentation is your in-text citation belongs in the text and your documentation belongs on the works cited page. Now, so I'm gonna go MLA example here. So if my name was example student, right, I would put that. But first thing I have to do, I always forget, I always write the first thing first, is I'm going to go here to Times New Roman. I'm going to go 12-point font. Oops, I'm going to reselect everything. 12-point font. I'm going to go to line spacing right here. I'm going to click double, and then, boom. Example student, Mr. Phillips. The English 9 is the class. And then today's date, 25 March 2020. This assignment is a research paper, but if I'm doing it on, let's say, basketball shoes, I don't want to just put research topic as my title. I'm going to put basketball shoes and the economy, something like that, right? Something that's like, oh, that's kind of an interesting topic. Then I'm going to start writing, okay? Let's say I've already written my introduction, and I'm just going to go to my blended quote. So introduction here, and I'm going to just put a bunch of dots for the introduction. That way I don't have to, worry about having the space. Oh no. Okay, every once in a while I'll just do a space so that you know that these are the words, blah, 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 just to give you a sense of how long your introduction might be. But if this was just like characters, introductions here, you've got your sentences. Every once in a while, you'll probably should have at least 5 or 6 sentences per paragraph. That's pretty standard, as you know. And let's say I'm getting to the end of my introduction and I've got lots of good stuff to say, and I'm just like getting this paper done so quickly. It's so amazing. And then you get to your thesis. Thesis statement goes here. Remember, your thesis statement is the roadmap and the guideline basically for your essay. So now I'm in my topic sentence. Number 1 goes here, and sometimes I misspell things, so you just correct it like that, just like that. Topic sentence number 1 goes here, and then you go on typing, and let's say I'm ready to drop in my first blended quote. Okay, my first blended quote. And what do I need for a blended quote? I need a source. I need some information to go off of. Where am I going to go for that? I'm going to go to Google Scholar. So let's go to Google Scholar and see what I can find today about basketball and the economy. So I'm here at Google Scholar. I've already looked up basketball shoe production, so let's look up basketball shoes economy, or maybe economics. Ooh, sometimes that'll help. All right, now I see this is 2007, so I'm gonna go try to make it current, 2010 to 2020, and I'm gonna click search. Now I've got, here we go, influence of basketball shoe mass, traction and bending stiffness on athletic performance. Maybe I talk about that. However, I'm gonna try to do something with the word economy in there, or economics. How about this? The economics of recreation, leisure, and tourism. It says it's a book, so I'm not 100% gonna believe that I'm gonna find something in here, because not all books have everything that I want, but it might, especially if it's online here. Okay, going down. It usually should highlight the words in the page, so I'm gonna actually Control F here if it works. Control F. Oh, search in this book. Perfect. I'm gonna look up basketball shoes. Not found. Okay. What about basketball? Okay, great. On page 8. Is this a good source to use for me? No, so I'm going to back out of it. I'm going to find a different source. All right, reliability of a basketball specific testing, basketball footwear requirements. Maybe economics is not something that I want to do. Maybe I want to do sales. Maybe I want to talk about basketball shoe sales. Aha, here we go. Influence of own products, online reviews as a sales market of the substitute products. Maybe that would be one. I usually like to find one that already has a PDF right here next to it. And it looks like this one does. Here we go. Running shoes or basketball shoes, for example, may command prices well over 100 pounds. So this is probably something that I want to mention, like the price of shoes. Wow, how lucky am I? I'm super, super lucky. Let's go find it there. Now I know I want to use it, but now I have to find the actual article somewhere in here. Big time bummer. Guess what? This is from the Oxford Academic Account. I can't use that page, but what I can do, I can use this. Okay, this is actually something that I can use. Why? Because it tells me something about. I wish I knew what it was. ... So maybe I'll find something else to use there. But like in the last case scenario, I might use that. I would just have to, just say, hey, it's worth 100 pounds. Does that tell me much? No, right? But can I use that as a source? Definitely. Let's try this. I already actually quoted this one. Let's go to the next page and see what comes up. Direct sales and direct faith in Latin America. Shoes without socks. Oh, Nike basketball shoes. Influencia de las Sales. Okay, this is in Spanish. I can't really read that. Mixed flavor, weight loss. Air Jordans. Oh, interesting. Let's go here. Oh, it's an ebook. I cannot do it. The only bummer about Google Scholar sometimes is that you're going to run into things you want, but you can't use, right? But here, let's impact of perceived quality and brand commitment and brand loyalty for branded sports shoes. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to do Control F. Control F is search the document. I'm going to look up basketball. All right. And right away it comes up. Many people wear running shoes or basketball shoes on a daily basis in a non-athletic setting. One can walk or play basketball in running shoes. Therefore, there is some degree of overlap between most segments. The industry is dominated by a few large firms. This is what I'm looking for. While the majority of other players has less than 5% of the market share. This is a quote that I want to use. This is some good numbers, and I'm going to use it. So where do I go back to? Mla example. Okay. First thing I like to do, hopefully you already have this in your blended quote. So maybe this is for your blended quote, but if you're like running out of time, you just need to find something. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to put it in quotes because I know that I want to use parts of this. Now, since the blended quote is part my words, part your words, or not my words, part my words and part of the research words. So I have to turn this into a sentence that makes sense with my topic sentence. So let's say I'm talking about the professionals who make some money, right? The industry is dominated by a few large firms, while the majority of other players have less than 5% of the market share. All right. So I'm gonna rewrite this sentence in my own words, but still quote it. So I'm gonna put the most popular players make the most money from shoe deals, comma, quote, while the majority of other players have less than 5% market share. This is one way to blend your quote. Now the question is, how do you state your website in blended quotes? I don't have to state the website at all in blended quotes. What do I have to state? I have to state the author or authors. Okay, if you have more than two, then you could look up MLA guidelines on how to do that. For the sake of time, I'm just going to do the first one, Malhan. Okay, or Malhan, however they want to say it. So I'm going to go in text citation. I'm going to cite it Malhan. And then what page was that? That was this page 851. Let's go find basketball. 851. Okay, page 851. Now I put 851. Mullen 851. Because I need the author and I need the page number. Boom. Just like that. Okay? That's how you do the in-text citation. Now, let's continue here. Let's say everything else is writing, and I'm writing, and I'm writing, and I have my conclusion and all that stuff, and I'm all the way on page 4 down here, and I'm done. Okay? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go work cited. Okay? My first work cited is going to be this article right here. Okay? If you are still not clear on how to do work cited, I gave you the cheat sheet right here. So let's open up the cheat sheet and scroll down here to a journal in an online database, which is what we're looking at, journal article. We're going to go author's name. This first thing. So let's go to this document. Author's name, Mla Check. Okay, so I'm going to start there. Mla, Check. Then I'm going to add in the other authors. I'm going to go Kahana, Dr. Parul. Whoops, I keep on doing the wrong one. Kavanha, Dr. Parul. I spelled that wrong. Let's do this. I'll go here. Make it faster. If you don't have split screens, like if you're working at home and you have a computer, I highly recommend dual monitors because that is saving me so much time. Instead of clicking back and forth, I can just go there. And finally, I have Anjum Dr. Bimal. Okay, that's the first thing I do, is all the authors right there. All right. Next, I'm going to find, where is it? Classwork. Yep, here it is. Okay, title of the article. So let's go back to the article. Oh, here it is. Okay, back to the article. And I am going to look. It's called Impact of Perceived Quality and Brand Commitment on Brand Loyalty for Branded Sports Shoes. That is the title of the article. So I'm going to put that in quotation marks. Boom. Next, what do I have to do? I have to find right here. I'm going to do this. Okay, name of the journal. So the name of this journal is the Universal Review. Okay, just like that. Universal Review. So I'm going to go here. Universal Review. All right, that's the next thing I'm going to do. Followed by, and this has to be in italics, so let me put that in italics. Let me make this italicized. To make it italicized, you can either do the shortcut or you can do the old-fashioned way. Boom, just like that. Italics. After that, volume number, issue number, year, and page numbers. So I'm going to look here, volume number. That's the ISSN number. Okay, so I'm just going to go, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to paste it. Okay. This also asks for volume number, issue number, year. So let's find the year here. It should say at the bottom. Here we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. Just all this information. See, most of them have the exact information right there for you. So I did it wrong initially, and you might do that too. You might do that wrong as well. That's okay. Notice here it says page numbers. So this starts on page 850 and it ends on page 855. So that's what I'm going to say. Page number 850 to 855. I'm going to put a dot there. All right. Next, it says title of the database. Where did I get this? I got it from Google Scholar. Exactly. So that's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put Google Scholar in italics because that's what it asks. Google Scholar. And you might notice that this is not right yet. Don't worry, I will fix it last. I always do the format last. Medium of publication. What is that asking? That's asking, is it on the web? It is. web or online, however you want to say that, and date of access. Today is 25 March 2020. This is all the stuff that you have to do for your one. Now, if you do this, it messes everything up. If you just go down to this line and try to hit tab, it messes it up. What you have to do is come here, hit enter, and then hit tab. Same thing. Hit enter, and it does that for you exactly the way you want it. And now you have a decent work cited page. So that is how, to answer that question, finally, after all this time, how do you state your website in blended quotes? All you have to do really is cite the author and the page number within your quote. Money from shoe deal. I'm going to fix that. Cite the author and the page number. Then you go down to your works cited page, and that's how you state your website. You put all the authors, you put the title, and if it's from a journal, then you follow the one for journal. If it's just the non-periodical web publication, then you follow publisher sponsored site, date of publication, medium of publication, and date of access. Okay. If it looks like, let's see, where's my basketball shoe one? I lost it. I'm gonna go forward. If it looks like this and it has like a universal review and it has all this stuff, then that's an online periodical. So just make sure you watch out for that. If you're having trouble, make an appointment with me and I'll be able to help you out on that one. All right. Great question. Even good answer. So let's go to this page and I'm going to fill in my answer. How do you state your website in the blended quotes? In a blended quote, when you use an in-text citation, all you need is the author and the page number. However, to document the website, use the work cited cheat sheet to find the correct documentation strategy. Okay, and end quote. Boom, just like that. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, that was our final question of the day. So good for us. Let's see if I can find any other questions in my emails that have popped up during this time that I might want to answer for everyone else. So as I'm pulling this up, how have you been? Are you good? Are you bad? Are you just drowning in homework? Or what else is going on? Let me know in the comments or send me an email or something like that. All right, I have no further questions, it looks like. Ooh, I have an appointment request. That is awesome. Okay, I have a private comment. Fine, here. I've got a response, a lot of responses. Okay. And that's about it. We still have about 12 minutes of screen time. So maybe now would be a good time for everybody to ask a final question, or maybe I'll just play some of my guitar and kind of wait for your guys' questions, maybe in the chat, or perhaps they're going to roll in on my Google document. So let me take a glass of water, or a sip of water, because I've been talking for like 30 minutes straight. I guess technically 49 or 50 minutes. Time flies when you're doing research. It's really time consuming, so that's why I try to get all the research done behind. If you're just playing catch up, that's totally fine. It's going to happen, and it's just building skills to get better and better at it. All right, let's see. What's a good song? Any song request? Let's play some Minecraft. Let's see. Maybe one of these days we'll do a let's play. That would be actually kind of funny. I mean, I technically could do some Minecraft. Let me see if I can pull it up. That would be fun. Last time. Oh, did I delete it? Oh, maybe I deleted Minecraft. I don't see it. Where's my Minecraft? Do I have to re-download Minecraft? Yeah, I did like a purge. And Minecraft might not have made it. Let me see if I can search it. Here. Minecraft. Yeah, I definitely deleted it. Wow, that is bizarre. That is wild. Alright, I'm going to download it for Jose. I'm really bad at Minecraft, but if that's what we want to do, we can do it. Alright, download is commencing, I believe. Run that. Run that download. Run that download. Everybody needs some download. So remember, every day from 3 to 4, I do live streaming. You can get your questions answered. If you'd rather do like a one-on-one type of conference, then you just fill out the other document, which in this case would be the appointment appointment request form, and then you just fill that out the same way. So it's really up to you which ones that you would like to do. Alright, let's see. And we'll just put this in Minecraft. Maybe next stream, if you tune in, I will be ready to run some Minecraft, but right now it's downloading. So oh, hello, look at this. Alright, maybe we'll sing. It's been a long day without you, my friend. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Ooh, señorita, we've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. I feel that's so sad. I'm like talking to my students, like, I'll see you soon. Who knows? Maybe never. Alright, let's see. We can do señorita. Nice. Little homework break. Señorita Shawn Mendes. Doop, boop, boop, doop, boop. Ooh, Minecraft's almost done. We don't have time for it this stream. So if Jose, if you're here next stream, just request that if we're done answering questions. Yeah. Little señorita for us today. It's always good to sing a little bit. Did I get any questions from my E10? I did not. So good. Hopefully this new live stream answered questions document, I'll just go right back to it over here, is really going to help you out. Because if it does, then hopefully when someone asks a question from now on, there's someone else has already asked it. Hey, thanks, Phil. Wait, whoever this is, I'm not sure who this is. But yeah, this document, you'll be able to find any of the questions that were asked on this stream. Oh, that's not the right one. Come on, which one is it? This one? There we go. Okay, so this stream, and then next stream, what I'll do is we'll start fresh, but you'll still have access to all the previous questions. That way, it kind of gives you a place to see, you know, what everyone else is asking, and where I'll try to make it look a little nicer. But yeah, you can always just kind of access it by yourself. Maybe I'll like put a box around each question or something like that. You just gotta go this, and you gotta do this, and then the same thing. Boom. So I'll do that while we sign off and kind of talk to myself. I think the first week so far has been pretty smooth. I don't know about for you guys, but I've been able to help some students. But like I said, the thing that I think we could do better at is making appointments and, you know, getting that one-on-one help that we need. I think honestly that's probably the best thing. If you're really starting to feel a little panicky about it, you're gonna definitely want to. No, I don't want to do that. Definitely want to get help one-on-one, because one-on-one help is the best help. So yeah, keep in mind what kind of songs you might want to hear at the end of the stream, next live stream. I'm happy to sing, happy to play a little bit for us, which is good for me, so I'm not just in teacher mode the whole time, but we can have a little bit of fun. And remember, keeping our spirits up is going to be crucial for us as we continue doing this distance learning thing. Day by day, week by week, you never know what is going to happen. I don't know if, once spring break hits, are we going to be back to school that next week or not? We got to stay flexible, and we got to stay positive. So anything I can do to help you stay positive is my pleasure. It's my treat. And, so these live streams every day, 3 to 5 o'clock. Now, the deadline is Friday, 11:59. If you're having trouble with that deadline, just send me an email and say, hey, Mr. Phillips, I need help or I need extra, and then maybe I'll give you an extra day. I'm really not going to take points away for late work. The problem with late work, though, and this is what you really have to watch out for, when it's all online, it's going to really pile up fast. It's going to pile up super fast. So that's why I'm like hesitant about late work, because finish what you can. Don't put it off, because next week, guess what? A whole another round of assignments is coming for you. So I really want you to stay ahead of the game, not behind the game, because it is a temptation for us to kind of slip backwards when we're always trying to go forwards. But we're halfway through the first week. Leave a comment, leave a chat, and if you want, make an appointment. Very, very good. That's about all I have today. I'm probably going to go on a walk, to be honest. I'm feeling a little antsy, feeling a little need for some exercise, drinking some water here, because really I've been doing like push-ups, but like those get annoying. So I'm going to go on a walk around the block, get some fresh air. Looks like the sun is out, which is good. Social distance, keep your, don't go shaking the neighbor's hand and things like that. But I'll definitely go on a walk and enjoy the rest of my office hour. My office hour does not end until 5. So if you need an appointment, this would be a great time to slide in, ask for an appointment. All right, guys, it is that time. 4 o'clock has hit. Thank you so much for hanging out. Jose, Dio, Sophie. I think this is Phil, but I don't know. I can't really see. I see a bunch of hand claps. So maybe I'll check in with who that is. All right, guys, have a great day. Stay safe and do your homework. Bye.